5-week comprehensive medical cannabis courses. Call us today at 404-631-6360 for more information.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Holistic Cannabis Show with your hostess, Dr. Yolanda Henderson, and...
Hen Henderson.
All right. So we have some very important news today we want to share with you all regarding this coronavirus, okay? This COVID-19 virus, okay? So we're going to let you all know where we're watching the show from. Go ahead.
You can log on to statusnetwork.net. You can download the Status Network app
Right.
to watch it live. You can call in at 470-251-4647.
Right.
You can ask questions. Right. If you're on Instagram, you can find us on manifesttv.status on Facebook, Status Network LLC, Periscope, status_network_. Twitter with status_network_.
Right.
On Amazon, Fire Stick, and Roku.
Okay.
If you're one of those subscribers, you can find us on Status Network, Manifest TV. If you're on YouTube, plug us in at Manifest TV.
There you go.
Just like that.
Just like that. All right. So, I mean, we have some important information going
Very,
on, y'all.
very,
There's
very.
some serious stuff going on. So, we want to talk about it. And we want to hear from you all. So, we want y'all to call in and tell us how this coronavirus is affecting your life. Right now, everything is in pure pandemonium, even though in my world, I feel like it's another day. But to other people, they may feel like, working and money and all of that is affected. So we just want to hear from you and know what your effect of this virus is. So we had to cancel the cruise. So if you see
And
that
we had to cancel the cruise because of
above,
coronavirus.
the cruise has been canceled until further notice for 2020 cruise. Hey, we're sorry we're going to have to cancel. Those of you may have started seeing your refunds already added back to your account. So please check those refunds if you have already decided that you weren't going to go anyway. There's a whole lot of stuff going on with this virus. So I just wanted to let you know, just in case you didn't know what the coronavirus disease is, okay? So the coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19 is a respiratory illness that can spread from person to person, okay? The virus that causes COVID-19 is a novel coronavirus that was first identified during an investigation into an outbreak in Wuhan, China. All right, so another question is, can people in the U.S. get COVID-19? All right, yes, COVID-19 is spreading from person to person in parts of the United States. It's going all over the United States. Risk of infection with the COVID-19 is higher for people who are close to contact of someone known to have COVID-19. For example, healthcare workers, you have to work with those people that come into the hospital. Don't go into the hospital, y'all. If you think you have the COVID-19 virus, you want to go and call someone and let them meet you so that you're not getting other people in the hospital or in your households. Household members are contacting it from other members. So other people at higher risk for the infection are those who live in or have recently been in areas with ongoing spreads. And so there's like China, Italy, Like they had like 200 overnight deaths, and they shut down the whole entire Italy so that they could try to control the coronavirus. Right?
Wow.
It's
Okay.
impacting a lot. All right. So, have there been cases of COVID-19 in the U.S.? Of course. We have seen that there's like 34 cases so far in Atlanta. It may have gone up since we've watched the news last. In the United States, there was reported to be over 1,300 cases in the U.S. So how is the virus, or how does COVID-19 spread? Again, COVID-19 probably emerged from an animal source. It was from rumors that it was made in the labs. It was tested on other animals. Bats is where they're saying a lot of this COVID-19 is coming from, that actually mutated to a human strain and actually was used for war tactics. I mean, we're getting all kinds of we're getting all kinds of information regarding the coronavirus and how it was actually brought about. The virus is thought to spread mainly between people who are in close contact with one another, according to sources, 6 feet. So keeping distances of 6 feet. I mean, how long is 6 feet? That's still too close, right?
If you measure it by your arms, you'll shout.
I know it. Don't listen. Just not. You
All
might
right.
got the coronavirus.
I might got the coronavirus. If I got it, you sure got it.
I would have been done had it by now, right?
Right.
All right. So, are there cases, that people have gotten coronavirus by being close to one another? Yes. So, you have to make sure. So 6 feet through respiratory droplets. This is airborne.
All the person got to do is sneeze beside
Right.
you. We walking past you and sneeze. Next thing you know, you might got the coronavirus.
Right. So just knowing that coughing or sneezing, it comes into the air. Those air particles, you walk into it and it lands on you, or you touch something. And mainly just knowing to stay away from people who are showing symptoms. I mean, that's common sense. I think everybody that's listening know common sense. And they know not to touch their nose and their mouth and their eyes, even though they don't think about it. There's many researchers who have been studying how people inadvertently touch their eyes, touch their mouths, touch their nose without even think about it. Right.
You can't avoid it. A person gonna touch their eyes, but
Right.
get you some hand sanitizer.
Right. Hand sanitize. I have Lysol wipes, y'all. Just make sure we
Wash your
get
hands.
those. Yes.
So let me ask you a question. A person who have like a immune disorder, how would it impact them since they have the weakened immune system? Like what you see on the news, people say, oh, the elderly and those with a weakened immune system.
Right. Well, that goes to what I was about to say. So the symptoms. Are fever, cough, shortness of breath. So people who literally already have those issues, or have a weakened immune system, or autoimmune disorder, or already a compromised immune system, they would have to start now with the prevention techniques, such as your vitamin C's, your vitamin D's, getting some sunlight, getting your echinacea. There's a whole lot of vitamin boosters, cough medicine, fever reducers that are natural to the body. So say, for instance, me myself, I have MS. So it's very crucial that I don't be around people who have or show signs and symptoms, because I'm trying to knock it out. I mean, you come in my house, you're going to see my cabinet full of probiotics. You got to take those to boost up your immune system, get your gut healthy. You got to take your vitamin D's. I mean, I take it already just every day, because we're getting so much rain. I mean, there's literally hardly no sunlight. So how do a person actually kill this virus? You have to get into where it's hot. I mean, hot outside. You get some fresh air. And so we have, in all of this rain, vitamin D is going to be your source. It's going to be what's going to help people boost their immune systems. Vitamin C is very imperative, very viruses is a natural antiviral. So your vitamin C is going to come from your citrus fruits. So all of your limes, all your oranges, all of your
So why the orange juice ain't going off the shelf, but the toilet paper is though?
So everybody is stocking up on toilet paper.
I'm just
What's
saying.
going on?
You gonna poop that much? You gonna poop that much in 14 days?
Yes.
No, but what they was doing was reselling it
for
a higher price.
And a higher price, which is not good.
Which that's getting your hustle on though. That's getting you real serious hustle on. And Amazon caught on to one person that was doing it and shut their account down.
Shut it down.
So, you know what I'm saying? Is it fair to profit off of pain? That probably ain't a good idea, bros. So if y'all out there thinking about profiting on pain, leave that up to somebody else, man. Chances are you probably ain't going to get away with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Plus, that's going to make you look bad.
Right.
Don't do
that. So back to what I was saying.
Leave enough for somebody else, man.
Yeah. Leave enough for somebody else. Take the oranges. Like I went to the grocery store, there was no bread, but there was like stacks of oranges.
Right.
There's a picture there. I went and I tried to buy some meat. You know, it was like
it was all gone,
everybody
just bare
was
skimpy
all
like
trying
that.
to get. And the thing about it, they told us it's such a short notice to have the stuff that we needed for 2 weeks because they closed down everything.
Right.
You know, so having some
that
oranges, having your vitamins, having your echinacea, y'all, lethe treat, stuff for coughing. Pineapples. Pineapple juice is a good cough suppressant. Just start having the stuff that you need. I mean, we're going to be okay. I don't think it's that big of a deal. That, I believe that it was necessary to shut down so much stuff because they're trying to contain it and they want to clean and disinfect. Right, because now you don't know who has it. Basically, it's roaming around all over the world and it's killing people who can't fight it off. And then there are some people, and we have a video we're going to show of a person that's actually battling the disease. So y'all stay tuned. We're going to take the short break and we'll be right back with some more questions and answers. And if you want to call us, please give us a call. 470-251-4647 is the number to call.
The White House and Congress have been working on some new economic stimulus measures in response to the virus, with Edward Lawrence following all of that. Joins us from the Hill with the details. Hey, Edward.
Hey, Connell. Yeah, it was about 9 minutes ago the president arrived here on Capitol Hill. He is now inside that luncheon with GOP senators. He's also joined the Treasury Secretary, Steve Mnuchin, also White House Economic Advisor Larry Kudlow. They're inside talking and unveiling their plan, what their thoughts are on how this should look for a stimulus to offset the effects of the coronavirus. Now, whatever the final product is, Senator Tom Cotton says that not everyone can telecommute, so it must include some sort of paid sick leave.
I think we need to focus any economic relief on immediately, because if those people get sick or if their children's schools close, obviously that's going to have an economic impact as well. We want to make sure that those people who might suffer that harm through no fault of their own are held harmless.
And there is bipartisan support on Capitol Hill for paid sick leave. The two parties, though, differ on the payroll tax cut. The administration talking about a payroll tax holiday for employees may be similar to 2011. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says any economic relief should help workers first, not companies. Now, as this debate rages, lawmakers talked about extending the recess or working from home to limit contact or potential spread of the coronavirus, but not shut down the U.S. Capitol.
I know that there's been discussion of backup plans for telework and making sure that everybody is wired through their computers into the offices. But at this point, we want to proceed to work from the Capitol.
And one thing to point out, the coronavirus could hit home hard here at the U.S. Capitol. The U.S. Surgeon General said that in general, the hospitalization happens for people 60 and over, and in general, 80 plus, so the average age of 80 is where the deaths are happening with the coronavirus worldwide. The average age of the U.S. Senate is 62.9, with 5 senators at 80 years old or older. Also, the average age of the House is 57.6 years old. So they're close to that range there. Back to you.
It's something a lot of people haven't been talking about, but it's an obvious point of concern. Edward, thank you. Edward Lawrence, we'll check back on, especially on the stimulus throughout the day.
All right, well, what do you think about that? The coronavirus stimulus package.
I think people are going to need that. Businesses such as the Atlanta, Georgia Academy of Cannabis Science, we are taking a hit because the schools have closed and classes were canceled for us until further notice. So we don't have that income that would have probably been available. And what about you? What about your work?
I'm able to telecommute.
You're telecommuting. What does that mean?
Telecommuting, that's where you work from home.
Okay. Awesome.
I still have to clock in just like I'm at the job.
There you go.
I still got to do the work just like I'm at the job, you know.
But everybody don't get that benefit.
No. And that's actually maybe something else that they need to consider, because just because a person don't have children don't mean, you know, that, hey, man, that they want to be still exposed or sitting up in somebody's office still taking a chance to get coronavirus themselves. Right. I mean, you know, so.
And so my emphasis is on those who have to go to work and have, say, for instance, kids have a compromised immune system, elderly. They're taking care of maybe mom, or they're taking care of a loved one, or they're a caregiver for a person who has a compromised immune system. So now they have a risk of going out and contracting a coronavirus.
No.
And then bringing it back, though.
No, that's what this bill is for. If you're a caretaker, or, you know, you're a parent, your kid's school shut down, so now, you know, they don't want you to really have to choose between losing my job and becoming unemployed and losing everything that I've been working for, you know, and staying at home for 14 days.
Right, and that's why
if that's what need be.
Right.
Because and maybe that's a good thing, but I have kids at home, and I'm not going out. I'm not going to the job. The folks told me that I could work from home.
Right.
They made those options available for me to be able to do that.
Right.
So I'm going to do that. But also, nobody in my house have the coronavirus. At least I don't think so. But at least I'm not going out to the job and bringing it back to anybody at my house either.
Right.
So I appreciate that part of it.
Right. But we never know. Even
and then
still.
I can wake up and my kids still there, and they wake up. Yeah, that's a cool part too. But I still got to work.
Right. Even still, though, there's a lot of people who are not looking at it like that. I mean, we know that the jobs are trying to do everything that they can to try to prevent the spread, but is that spread actually being prevented as far as everybody is concerned? Because people at Walmart and people at Kroger and the workers who work in those fields, they can't take off because they're trying to cater to the needs of the people who need stuff at home still, or even right now, like Kroger workers are still working to stock shelves. I mean, somebody done took all the toilet paper, you know, so now, you know, we need people that's driving those trucks. And so, not to say that the coronavirus is everywhere, but we don't know where it is. It's not like it's a disease that's walking around and has the V on top of it, or people have, you know, the magic A on their forehead. So this is like, you know, what really is happening here? What are we gonna really do to stop the spread of the coronavirus?
Wash your hands.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure the government got some kind of chemical that they'll be riding up and down the street spraying. Right. You know, maybe our scientists are smart enough to, I don't know, put whatever little cure for it in the water. I mean, you already contaminated the food. You might as well try to put something good in the product.
Wait a minute. But what about the
Try that.
money? I mean, you're the money man. So I've seen the stocks go down and
The stocks took it.
401ks going down.
Stocks taking a beating, 401ks taking a beating, but at the same time, because those are things that's driven by the market. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, you could either choose to move your stocks around, as opposed to hoarding supplies. Right. Move your stocks around to another company that make those products that you're trying to hoard.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Make some money while you making some money, while you still getting paid the stimulus check, because that's gonna pass. Okay. But now here's the thing, though. It ain't gonna be no whole lot of money. It's only gonna be maybe like a week's pay, maybe 2 weeks of your pay, the 14 days. I mean, that really ain't just no whole bunch of money. And they might get it to you tax-free for the inconvenience, but no. Whenever the government involved in something, it's always some strings attached to it. You just can't see the strings.
Okay. Well, I have a story about coronavirus and cannabis. So people are needing their cannabis medication. So what are we supposed to do? So this story that I just found, it was about cannabis sales bump then slumps. It's saying that a rapid global spread of the novel coronavirus COVID-19 affects every industry on the planet, legal cannabis included. Early reporters indicate dispensaries and adult use cannabis stores on the West Coast are seeing a mix of sales bumps and the sales slump depending on the level of local infection. Seattle bump then slump. The CDC recommends that everyone have at least a month's supply of their cannabis on stash. Okay. In the likely event, supplies are strained or local stay-at-home orders of 14 to 28 days are issued. Many folks, cannabis is their medication. So this is some real stuff, y'all. Oh, I didn't say it. I didn't mention that we passed the House for the veterans to receive legal cannabis. I just wanted to throw that in there. Woohoo!
All right. Ooh.
But anyway, on the other hand, earlier this week, one customer reported to have a heart experience a run on the cannabis products that led to at least a temporary drop in supplies. So they had a drop demand was high, and so everybody is trying to get their supply of legal medical cannabis so that they will have, and such as other medicines as well. So diabetes medicine, you want to have a supply of that. You want to have a supply of your heart medication, however, whatever medication you use, but
not just toilet paper.
Not just toilet paper. Oh, diaper wipes. Hey,
yeah, they was raiding diaper wipes too.
That was my idea, because I was like, we gonna share, baby girl.
Was all you.
Yeah, that was my idea. You gotta get creative with this stuff, right?
Hey man, I'll tell you another thing that you gotta get creative with is if you do have a respiratory situation, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or you get the coronavirus. People say, oh, well, can I still smoke? Right?
Yeah.
No. Just like you wouldn't smoke if you had any other respiratory infection.
I don't know.
Switch to how you ingest that. I mean, because if you're smoking, that's going to irritate the lungs even more. What you think?
Cannabis have been proven to help people with COPD. So,
do they smoke it? People with COPD?
Yes, it actually helps. It's an anti-inflammatory in the lungs. Come on, I thought you was listening in my class, or was you asleep?
I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for a friend.
Okay. Well, however, it does. It helps the lungs. It helps take out the tar and stuff from people who actually smoke cigarettes and cause lung problems such as asthma to expand the lungs. And so if you're having some type of lung difficulty, I wouldn't recommend vaping it. It is an anti-inflammatory. I can't say, I'm not the medical expert that they would call, but I would say that it is good for the lungs.
I think it'll be better just to get you some brownies or some cookies and call it a day. Well, and give your lungs that break. Anyway, that's probably what I would suggest.
You want to, have that break.
Get you some edibles.
He said edibles. Just making sure you're doing what you're supposed to. Washing your hands, staying at home if you're sick, not touching your eyes and your mouth, covering your coughs, making sure you're not passing those little particles in the air, cleaning and disinfecting. if they have any more Lysol wipes in the stores. I'm not sure. I got those, like, they were like almost $15 for Lysol wipes, you know. Bleach was like
$15 for some Lysol
$5.
wipes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was pretty high, y'all. And
would've
avoiding
invested
close
in
contact
Lysol.
with people, you know, just avoiding people if you can. It's no time for booty calls and, you know, meeting people.
What?
I'm just saying, your meetups, you don't never know.
Your
what
meetup you might
have
be
the
meeting up with the coronavirus.
You gotta be careful these days.
Bleach the dog and wash the cat.
Bleach it all. So that's mainly what I have to talk about as far as the coronavirus is. What about the schools closing?
All the schools closed.
All the schools.
Everybody's school closed.
All the schools are closing. The NBA. Tell us
Closed.
about that.
Closed. We done. Ain't
For,
no more.
now,
Ain't
is
no
that
more,
for the
ain't no more
year,
basketball.
or was that
That's for the rest of the season out here.
What
I'm
we
just
gonna
not
do
an
now?
NBA fan
What
like that,
we
bro.
gonna do, y'all? What we gonna do? They done canceled the racing.
They done canceled
car
everything
racing.
except these bills. They ain't canceling these bills. These bills gonna
They
keep on
did.
coming.
I heard
man.
that I really did. I heard that they were actually going to cancel the water bill, so
They just
nobody would go.
delaying it. You
Nobody
just
would
getting it
have a
cut
water
off.
bill.
They're not canceling it.
They're
You're just not gonna get
canceling.
it cut off.
So you still will have a water bill. They're just not gonna turn your water off because they need you to wash your hands.
They need
people.
you to be able to wash
Stop-
your hands. Check
Stop
this
playing.
out.
Wash your hands is
And in
best thing
Memphis,
right now.
the utility provider in Memphis, Tennessee, MLG and W, for my viewers that's watching out there, at MLG and W, they avoiding your disconnections out there too.
right.
But now, don't just think that you ain't gonna have no bill to pay. Now, it ain't free.
Yep, after
all right?
this is over
Don't
with.
nothing come for free. Look at my eyes. Ain't nothing for free. All right? Still gotta pay that bill.
Still gotta pay the bill.
So let's check out this next video about the person who actually living with this coronavirus,
Living
man.
with
Let's
the
see
coronavirus.
how bad it is.
Yeah. Right back.
There's one of the other trailers. There's another one. There's one right in front of me.
Joey, tell me, what is it like living with the coronavirus and COVID-19? Can you tell me about your symptoms?
Yes, my symptoms were the same as the flu. Coughing, fever, chills, body aches, high fever. And over the last few days, it's abated. I still have a cough. My lungs are weak because I had pneumonia also. That's about it. I mean, really, it's just like the flu. As long as you're a healthy human being, it affects you just like the flu does.
And so, do you have any ideas how you contracted the illness?
No, unfortunately, I do not.
But I gather you worked, in some public spaces where you could have contracted it.
Yes, I do. I do work for a service industry, so I work at Waffle House, which they did a temporary shutdown of that particular Waffle House. I work for party buses, in the local Canton area. So I could have shook hands with somebody who had shaken hands with someone 5 days earlier.
And I understand that you voluntarily decided to go to Hard Creek Labor State Park there to isolate yourself. Tell me about that decision.
I did not feel that the fact I have friends who have kids. I felt like it wasn't safe for me to be around them because children under 8 are immune weak, and it wouldn't be fair to get them sick.
Right. You were living with a family in Canton who has an infant child,
Yes, sir.
and you didn't want to expose that child to the illness.
No, I did not.
So tell me how they treating you there at Hard Labor Creek State Park, Joey.
Like it's anything I ask for, I can get. I mean, they brought me DVDs today and puzzle books for my enjoyment because I asked for some type of entertainment. As far as health monitoring, My health monitoring is done by the epi for the area via phone. Every morning, I send her my temperature, my blood sugar, if I have any new symptoms, if I have any new ailments. Like today, I'm starting to get a sore throat. So I sent her that, and they just monitor it via phone. My brain doesn't know if it wants to yawn or cough. But it was they monitor it via phone, and as long as I'm up kicking around and sending them messages, they don't bother me that much.
Right, and I understand too that they are very careful about coming in contact with you.
Yes, they do keep a 6 foot berth away from me due to the fact that you have to be within 6 feet of someone to catch coronavirus.
All right, can you just show us a little bit about where you're living? Can you pan the phone around inside the trailer there and maybe a little bit outside?
Hallway where the restroom is at. There's the refrigerator, the messy.
All right.
All right.
Man, them FEMA trailers look pretty nice, them quarantine joints. They look pretty nice, though. For like a one-bedroom little hold-up spot for 2 weeks.
So that was actually the quarantine?
That was the quarantine. That dude was in voluntary quarantine.
Oh, okay.
Which means he voluntarily said, hey, man, I might got this coronavirus. And so check this out. I want y'all to check me out. And so they did. They put him in a little FEMA trailer looking thing. That joint had a stove, a microwave, a TV. It's just like being in a hotel room for 14 days.
Hey, it's free.
It's free.
Oh.
He didn't look that bad. He didn't have blood coming out his eyes.
No.
He wasn't like, oh man, I got to run. I gotta go. He wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? He was just like chilling, like, yeah. Like he was smoking, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I ain't got no coronavirus. Don't play with me. I like my freedom. I ain't quarantining for nobody.
But do you think people are scared?
Yeah, people scared about it.
People are scared to come forth and say, because I had a sore throat the other day. So does that mean I got the coronavirus? Because they ain't got enough tests.
You just said it all over the spot. So even if you do got it, they gonna so come for you. But
they can't come and get me. But really, are they actually having martial law? Are they taking people to quarantine them and be like,
you think they're in the first stage of martial law where they just like, come on, let's see who's gonna volunteer for this here first. And then
making sure don't nobody come outside. I mean, what are they gonna
practice
do?
Dummies.
Yeah.
I heard it was people that was even get paid like $5,000 for scientific research on it. So they was like, oh yeah, stick me with the coronavirus and give me a check for $5,000.
Because they gotta find a vaccine. So if they're trying to find a vaccine, okay, so these are the same government that said that marijuana was illegal. So you gotta be careful.
For the coronavirus, though. If you're going to stick me with something that you saying is this infectious, I'm like, no, man, you're not going to be able to do me for $5,000.
All right. Well, we have a national global emergency, okay? Everything is on lockdown right now. We love everyone. We hope that we'll be back next week. I don't have the coronavirus. I was just playing. I don't have a sore throat. But just in case somebody's out there, listening and watching, don't come and get me, please.
I ain't gonna let them come and get you. They're gonna have to take me too.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Because if I got the coronavirus, you got the coronavirus. You do know that, right?
Party. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm on it. Hey, so check this out. Make sure you wash your hands.
Yeah.
Cover your mouth. If you have to cough into your own sleep. Keep them germs with you.
Yeah.
Don't be taking them germs on vacation. Now, you can shut down spring break. You shut down Atlanta. You see what I'm saying, man? Coronavirus, you cold-blooded, man. You need to ride out, man.
Right?
You need to ride out. You killing the mood. You killing the whole vibe.
All right. Everybody got to stay at home. Like, I don't know. It's some people that ain't going to do that like us. Because, we was
it's
at the
people
mall
that ain't going to stay
yesterday.
at home, just like what we saw. I mean, so, to
People
be like,
was all
oh,
at the
yeah,
mall
this highly
yesterday.
contagious virus is running around, right? But you say, oh, I got 41 cases in a state the size of Georgia where it's millions of people. 43 just I don't know, the number don't seem high enough to cause that type of panic. So you need another kind of way to, induce the situation to make it to where, hey, look, y'all really need to be paying attention to this.
And I think people do need to stay
Even
at
if
home.
it ain't but 40 people,
I
do
think
the safe
14
thing.
Right, 14 days
But people ain't gonna stay at home.
I mean, it's not a lot of time. You get to know your family. You play Pictionary. You play Monopoly. What we gonna
We
play
ain't
tonight.
staying in the house.
But what we gonna play when we at home and we got nothing to do?
We're going to find something to do.
That's what I'm saying. Them kids better play hide
You're going
and
to get out
seek.
and go to the park, you know what I'm saying? You can still get out and go outside. They just don't want you to be in large gatherings.
Okay.
Somebody had said that the numbers was somewhere around 250. Hey, but check this out. One of my partners had posted this question on Facebook. You sharing blunts with somebody with the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, that's nasty to just be like passing around wet blunts, and don't nobody like to smoke with nobody with a wet mouth. Ugh.
I'm just saying, like, this has been part of my lifestyle already because, we did homeschool. We homeschooled our oldest daughter to college. She did fine.
Yeah.
She stayed at home. She did good. I mean, but the kids are homeschooled, so they homeschool. They can stay at home. Work. Just be careful. Wash your hands. Cover your mouth. I mean, how can you protect yourself? Avoid close contact. Wear a mask. Oh, yeah.
Get a mask.
A mask is good.
Bobo's Smoke Shop got a good
There's
one.
no treatment. There's no cure. There's no vaccine. You just got to let a virus run its course.
Not yet, but there is a college out there in California that's working on a vaccine. In fact, they hold the top spot in their development right now. They say, I forgot the name of it. I was just reading about them today, but it's a college in California. You Google it. They came up with a cure for the coronavirus in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Once they received the virus sequence from the Chinese doctors and Chinese scientists, they was able to break that anomaly and come up with the cure.
Right.
But I heard another clip of some politicians saying when they was talking about the drugs that they want to use to treat the coronavirus, and they was like, "Oh yeah, we had the drugs before we had the virus." Huh? Y'all Google that now. Y'all Google that, man. I want y'all to be on top of that too.
The CDC says stay at home if you're sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Clean and disinfect frequently. Have some cleaning parties. I've heard people talking about doing that at home. Washing down everything. All your objects, toys, everything. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. If somebody, because this is typically a flu season, right? So people are going to have the flu, but there's a difference between the flu, allergies, and the coronavirus. So the flu, you already know, chills. You're going to get a little temperature. You may have some coughing, sneezing, however. It's not the same as the coronavirus.
Because the coronavirus is going to...
Yeah, shortness of breath is one of the main ones for the coronavirus. Allergies, the allergies is basically sneezing, runny eyes, watery eyes, runny nose. So you're going to have those issues when it's allergy. We know that allergies, pollen counts are up. The trees, just being wet and moist here in Georgia and in a lot of your states, allergies are already going to be high. So don't mistake some of these symptoms like the sneezing and all of that for the coronavirus, which is coughing and fever.
Achoo! Oh man,
right.
You got the coronavirus, man. It's time for you to go, man. Come on.
Right.
Mr. Henderson.
You know what I'm saying? So that's not the coronavirus. All right. So that was it. That's all I have for this week. What you got? You got anything on the strain of the day?
The strain of the day is probably some Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla Glue.
If you feel like that you got the coronavirus or the COVID-19, go ahead and get you some Gorilla Glue. That'll hold you together right there.
Lysol wipes in other news.
Well, that's what the strain of the day.
There
the
you
strain
go.
of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's going to help you to relax. It's going to help you to
Lysol
calm down.
your cannabis. Make sure you.
Ugh, man, don't spray the Lysol on the cannabis, man. You're gonna kill yourself.
No, if you're gonna share share your cannabis blunts with people, make sure you Lysol your hands.
Don't share blunts. All right, while this virus going around, just don't share the blunts.
That's the tip. The
Period.
tip of the day with the strain of
Be
the
clean.
day.
Don't be nasty,
share
man.
blunts.
Don't be
It's
nasty.
not the
Right now
time
ain't
for
the
that.
time for that. You know what I'm saying? It's
Y'all heard
levels
it.
to this here. It's
Right.
levels to this here.
There
you know
you
what I'm
go.
saying? You gotta know when to, hey, bro, now I give you a shotgun though.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying, man? You know, I give you a shotgun, but you can't hit the blunt, man. I can't let you do that.
Yeah.
No, sir. No way.
All right. Watch out for the coronavirus task force. They are out here. They might stop you, so be careful coughing in public or going to public places. Be careful. God bless you. We love you. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you again, same place, same time, right here on the Holistic Cannabis Show. Peace.
Yo, this is a good time to work on your credit too. nthcredit.net.